welcome.
Oh my God.
Okay. Well, so today is International Women's Day.
Yes. Cheers.
And cheers. And we are recording our first 517 capital area. Nope, I said that wrong.
Capital City podcast.
Capital City podcast. I'm like thinking of the
We'll get our name right. We will.
Right. So
Thank God for realism.
right, exactly. This is what it's about. It's about enjoying life and each other. And so we're here today despite the fact that it feels like the universe was against us.
Yes.
Between Robin, you
Some
called me this morning
challenges.
with no
I
power.
had no power this morning. Yep, had to take a very cold shower.
You look great.
Yeah, curled my hair here.
And Natasha, you had no school for your kids.
Yeah, no school due to another gun threat.
But, oh my
But we
gosh,
made
it's
it.
so much. It's so much. And then I'm losing my voice. So I'm drinking my hot tea to try and get us through the day. And we're here because we want to talk about why we started the
Yes.
podcast and what it means to each one of us. Because I think it means a lot to each of us, which is kind of why we decided to do this for our community. So I don't know who wants to kick it off first. Robin, you want to be in the hot seat to talk about?
So I wanted to do this first of all because I get to do it with you two lovely ladies, so Natasha and Kat. But what we were just discussing is looking at some of the businesses I didn't even know existed. We're trying to come up with our list of who we're going to interview and who we want to spotlight. And just listening to these two ladies about some people that they know in the community, I didn't even know these businesses were around. And we've been so fortunate to grow our businesses, and we want to give back to the community and spotlight those people so we can help refer and build their business as well. So that's what I'm most excited about.
Yeah, definitely.
How about you?
I would agree.
Same thing. I mean, I am a small business myself, being a local photographer, and the biggest thing I do is the Lug Nuts team photography. So being able to grow my smaller business outside of that is really important to me and to support the community because I'm not the only little guy, and I'd like to let them all know they're not alone.
Well, you know what I really love about you, Natasha, is you've done a really good job of supporting other photographers. You see so many people in competitive industries that are like trying to find the next cutting edge thing, or how do I outdo everybody else? But I've never got that from you. You're always like, I figured this out. How can I lift everyone around me up
Right.
with me and bring up the whole community?
Yeah.
Which is part of why I just love the way you run your business.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons that I started the Capital City photography group, was so that everyone can, help each other. I can teach classes, and everyone in the group can teach classes as well. So everyone has an opportunity to grow and earn and spread their wings.
I love that.
That's one of the things that I love about Lansing and the community and the people here. I was on that 517 Living Facebook page today, and somebody had posted a question about, what do you think of when you think of Lansing? Mm-hmm. And of course, you get people commenting about bad roads and all the, the not good things. But when I thought about that question, I love Lansing, and I've found my love for Lansing a lot more since I did real estate.
Mm-hmm.
And since you get out and you meet more people and you're driving around and you're seeing different things that not everybody gets to see.
Yep.
And I think that that's one of the really cool things about our three industries is there is so much that we see about Lansing that other people don't.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's a really important part of why we're doing this, is so that other people can really understand what Lansing has to offer. We're such a unique place.
Yeah.
Like to be a city that has such a small town feel, where people are friendly, and that was one of the comments was like, hey, I'm from California, or I think they said my husband's from California, and he's amazed by how friendly everybody here is.
Yeah.
Well, I was born in California. We go back there a lot. People
Not
are
very
not.
friendly, no.
They're not like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like New York or any of those big cities. Like, you can walk down a street and smile and wave, and you're gonna get a smile and a wave back, and
Yeah.
there's
Just
so
you can here. You walk downtown, and you can, and you see all the small businesses down there. And I've been able to just through mortgages, doing mortgage loans, meeting with families in the community, buying their first, second, and third home, and I see some job titles I didn't even know existed.
Yeah.
And they're local to Lansing, and I go, you do what? I've done this 20 years, and I still keep finding people that are doing an occupation that I didn't know existed, didn't know was around here. A lot of self-employed borrowers that have businesses that we could, obviously add to our spotlight. So just find something new every day, and new places too.
Yeah,
New,
exactly.
areas to go to.
I've been so proud of just Lansing in general and all the really neat things they have to do. If nobody's done the Pedal Saloon, it starts in it starts in Old Town, and our team did it and took it through Old Town and then down by the Capitol and then down to Rio Town and back. Oh my gosh, what a way to view Lansing.
Oh my gosh.
It's super
See,
cool.
I didn't know that existed.
And
I
so
didn't either.
It's
Until now.
so cool.
Okay.
Yeah, shout out to them. They are awesome. And it's like a bike in the front and then all these other like bars.
I've seen those on TV, but I
Yes.
didn't know that we had one in Lansing. So
We have one in Lansing.
There you go.
Super cool.
Where
It's
does
really
it
fun.
start? In Rio Town? Or
So
Old Town, you said?
I'm trying to think where we met. We got on at the Lansing Brewing Company.
Okay, I've
We met-
seen it. I
yeah,
have
we
seen
met
it
there.
once.
It was
Okay.
a hoot. It was a hoot. You have to bring your own
Gosh.
music and your own alcohol.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh, that'd
But-
be so fun.
It's
Easy
a blast.
peasy.
Especially with spring coming, and oh my gosh, that'd be. Now I gotta try it.
Yes,
should.
definitely.
And that's exactly why I think
Yeah.
that this is an important endeavor for us to undertake, because there are so many opportunities in Lansing that people don't even know about.
Yeah.
Beyond just cool places and people,
Yep.
We had also talked about, we have loan programs and different things that people don't even know about from our industry that we try really hard to scream like, hey, you don't have to have 20% down.
Right.
Like, there's so much that
Just educating the community on what everyone can do and learn from, and the opportunities that are out there.
Right.
it's just I love that Lansing has all of that. And for me, I come from a background of entrepreneurs. Both of my parents own their own businesses. My grandparents own their own businesses. My aunts, uncles, if you don't own a business, then you're a teacher. Like that's the kind of the option.
Right. Yep.
That I grew up around. So being able to try and help other small businesses, I think is going to be nice.
It'll be fun. We get to learn as the public does, so
Yeah.
learn and share at the same time.
Now, Natasha, if you're comfortable sharing, I think that your story about how you got started into photography is pretty spectacular.
So, I don't know if you've heard all of it or if
I heard
Kat's
a
just
part
told
of
you,
it
but
last time,
so
yeah.
I started taking pictures probably when I was 10, and I fell in love with it because I wanted to capture what I could see beautiful in my eyes and to be able to share it with the world. And back then, the world was my family, and I think I remember spending any extra money I had on a throwaway camera, and then couldn't wait to be able to get it developed because I couldn't wait to see what I got. And growing up in Southern Oregon, I was able to see waterfalls and mountains and the ocean and just, 2-hour drive and see the redwood forests and all of that. And so being able to share the beauty that I saw with, even my family who'd seen it, but from a different angle or from a different perspective is what I fell in love with. And I quickly became active in sports and singing and all of that. So the camera was just kind of a hobby. I had an opportunity to take darkroom and photography classes in high school, but I passed that up for softball and singing. And so again, it all was just self-taught. I never learned, from an educational side of it. And then I became an adult and got busy and never, picked up a camera for a long time. And about 7 to 10 years ago, I decided I wanted to get back into it. And so my boyfriend Mike actually got me my first big girl camera. And I started back up, and in August of 2018, I decided that I wanted to try some, actual photography and get out and learn some things. And a friend of mine Her name's Candy. She actually owns Candy's Wildwood in Bath. Does amazing artistry with woodworks. We'll save that for another day. I'm trying to get her on the show. So, Candy. Anyway, she had a fisheye lens that I really, really wanted to try. And we went to a sunflower field in Mason, and I instantly fell in love. And I went home, edited some pictures, sent them to my mom and my brother, and they loved them. And my brother said, Tasha, if you don't do something with this hobby, it's gonna go to waste. And I, one day, Bubba, one day, Bubba, I will, but not now. And in November of that year, he took his life. So that was a struggle for me, dealing with a suicide loss that close twice. We also lost my brother's dad in 2006 to suicide. So it was kind of, but I struggled for a little while with, staying functional for the students that I worked with at school, and just wearing a mask all the time to hide my grief. And finally in August of 2019, I woke up one day and I said, I'm not going to go back and work at the school. I'm just going to start my own business and, follow my dream and make it a reality, and put a portion of that to awareness for mental health and suicide prevention in honor of my brother. So here I am.
That's an awesome story.
I love that. I mean, it's not a happy story, but
Right. But it's just an awesome takeaway of how you got to where you are. It's meaningful.
And the fact that you were using it in a positive way to give back and following your dreams like your brother wanted you to.
Right.
That's incredible.
Yeah. It's been an ocean, you see an ocean on good days and you see an ocean on bad days, and it's all beautiful, but it can still get messy. Yeah. So it's just,
But you turned it around to what they would want you to do, and you made something good out of something bad. Yeah. It's inspiring.
Yeah. Thank you.
Good for you. And you are where you should be. You're calling.
Oh, you're so talented.
They were right.
Thank you.
So talented.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I've gotten so many comments on the things that I've shared that you've
really,
done.
you've done amazing with that. So
thank you. It's fun and exciting, and I'm beyond excited for this podcast, because I think that the growth that we'll see with the three of us, and then also in our community, I think will be phenomenal.
If we can lift up some of those little guys that nobody knows about, that's all I care about.
Yeah.
Just
exactly.
If nothing else, if they get busier and people find them.
And a lot of them may have stories just like Natasha's that are really meaningful as to how they got into the business or what drives them.
Yeah.
That's always exciting to hear.
I love
what drives you.
stories.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, Robin, give us a little bit, because you've been in this for, you've been in
too long. So I happen to just, a lot of it is who you know, and how you get there is who you know. And so I happen to have some really good people in my life that got me to the place where I am, or I would have never chosen this career. Just happened to have someone in my neighborhood that was a mortgage loan originator. She ended up becoming my mentor and asked me to come on over after college. I knew I wanted to do something with money and finance. That's always been my thing. And I was going to become a financial planner. And so she convinced me and said, hey, come on over and just try mortgages for a minute. There's some things you can do to help people build and create wealth through mortgage tools that you might not realize. And that is what kind of inspired me, is watching her and using mortgages as more of a tool to create and help people get to their goals than to just do a 30-year fix, because that's what everybody goes to.
Right.
So I'm now 20 years later. She's been my mentor the whole time. I've had a great mentor.
Cheers.
That's like I said, just who you meet and how they come into your life can really, one person can make a difference. Never would have known this career existed otherwise, probably. So enjoyed my last 20 years. I've loved meeting all the people and the families and being able to help, and meeting you as a realtor. Kat and I work together all the time, who introduced me to Natasha, and now, just it's all about people and connections and helping families that I've been able to see build and create their wealth through the mortgage tools that we can provide. So
That's
it's
awesome.
been fun for me.
That is a really interesting, I don't know that I had taken away from the last times that we've talked about how you got into this, the fact that you wanted to help people in the way that you did, because it totally shines through on how you help people through the loan process. I love sending buyers to you because I know that you're going to walk them through the process in a caring and fun, enthusiastic,
And have them in their best interest,
right.
you know.
I send over plenty of unqualified buyers, and it's never like writing them off. It's, hey, this is you can do it. This is what you got to do to get there. And she's like their coach and their cheerleader. And I think that that's pretty fabulous.
It's never no. It's not right now.
Yes.
So follow
Right.
up. Follow
Yeah.
up. But I do genuinely enjoy my job. And I think all of us do, and that's what shines through. Is just like you said, you have your passion. When you find your passion, you do it because you want to do it, not because you have to, and it comes from a point of wanting to help others. So, why do you do real estate, Kat? How did you get into it?
So it you know, and I didn't think about this part when we were talking about how we were going to have this conversation. I thought about other stuff. Yeah, how did I get into real estate? Well, so I am a marketing veteran for my whole life. My parents owned an advertising agency when I was growing up. So that is my background, is advertising. And I went away to college to be a teacher because, you know, in my family, you're either an entrepreneur or a teacher. So I went away to college to be a teacher and hit my first student teaching opportunity. And there was a little boy in that classroom that his classes were so dirty he couldn't see. And I was like, I can't be a teacher because I'm going to kidnap these children because he's coming to school wearing the same clothes. And I can't do it. I have to fix things. I will steal him. I just can't. So I left that and went back to the family business of marketing at a time in which my family ended up getting divorced, and it was a lot of upheaval. Left and went and worked at Fox 47 for a while and did some other stuff. And always loved the marketing aspect and people, but couldn't find that right fit. So when I went back to McPeak Media, it was just me and my dad, and our assistant, who is a really amazing woman. And we worked really hard, but it never felt right. There were parts of it I really enjoyed, and that was the people parts. But in that career, we did purchasing of advertising. We didn't write the ads. We went out and we gathered the data, sent it to the really big executive companies, and then they would buy it through us. So it was paperwork and
not the creative side.
Yeah, nobody answered the phones. Once in a while, we would be involved in creating the radio spots, and that was fun. And in my childhood, we did my mom's side of the business was a lot more of the creative, fun, small businesses, building up those small businesses. But my dad's side was just more of the pushing it, paperwork, helping them. It was fun, and people were really nice, but it didn't feel right. And I started helping at the school and doing all these different things and finding more of a social, because I'd worked from home for 6 years before the pandemic. Before that was a thing.
Yes.
And it was lonely. And I am exceedingly social, if anyone knows.
Yes.
So it was not fitting who I was. And I had an opportunity to work in leasing. So I started with that just to try and test it out and see what I enjoyed. Loved it enough that I decided to get my realtor license, and just after I signed up for the class, the pandemic.
Perfect timing.
So I had a lot of downtime at home to take my class, and I got it, and I was connected with Maggie Garrich through a good friend of mine, and that was it. She was already a parent at the school that my son goes to. Shout out to Montessori Children's of Lansing, we love you. And that was just the start of it, and I fell in love instantly with my team and my broker. If you know Bob Plesher, he's amazing. And Remax and everything I had to offer, and through the real estate, it has brought me so many amazing people and opportunities and just moments that I've loved that I'm grateful it worked out. Because it is scary.
It is. Yeah. It is. But it's about the right people. Maggie was your mentor. So, you have somebody to You didn't really need a mentor. You just needed to take the jump.
That, and I mean, I had people in my corner that were just uber supportive.
And encouraging.
You know,
That's
and
what you need.
encouraging.
Yep.
And I did end up getting a mentor during the pandemic. And she goes by Elle, but she is Ellison Indigo Photography, and I think I said that right. I hope I said that right. Anyway, she is just phenomenal, dreamy, you know, amazing photographer, and she has since then sold her home and now travels the country with her family.
Wow.
In an RV, and she does photography from
Wow.
there. So, dream girlfriend.
Wow.
For real. So I did do, you know, a couple classes with her, and doing that, I mean, just pushed me that much farther and opened up a creative world that I probably wouldn't have had the balls to do, you know, on my own. So
you have to have the support in whatever you're going to do if you're going to grow any sort of small business.
It's
be on your own.
so hard to reinvent the wheel. So
yeah.
having somebody to give you some push and guidance, and even just to be your cheerleader and care about
yes.
You're going to have successes and failures. You got to pick yourself back up.
Yeah.
Just like this morning was obstacles. We just
do it.
just get here.
Like it doesn't. You're calling me at 8 o'clock. It wasn't even 8. You're like, I don't have power. I'm like, cool.
7:45.
I'll still see you at 11. I don't know how you're gonna do it, but I'll see you there.
Like, I don't care. Just get here. But I'm not gonna have a shower. Yeah.
This is my second cup of tea this morning with lemon and honey because I'm like, I'm gonna power through. I can lose my voice at the end of the day, but not before.
Toughed out the cold shower to be here.
Yeah, so from here, I think we are definitely looking for featured guests to be on Spotlight. We're looking for sponsors. We have lots of opportunities for everyone to grow. Artists, entertainers, small businesses, entrepreneurs, everyone. So if you're interested, reach out on our Instagram.
If you have any information or any place that you're like, not enough people know that this is here in the greater Lansing area. It doesn't have to be in Lansing, but you know, when we talk about the greater
surrounding
Lansing
areas,
yeah.
Charlotte, St. John's, DeWitt,
Holt,
Mason, Leslie.
Grand, there's so much
Tri-County area.
amazing things in this community, and we want to lift them all up. We have our first interview with another person scheduled for next week, so that should be really excited. Really exciting.
Both. We're excited, and it's exciting.
Can you tell we're new at this?
We'll get better.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's just about doing it.
Patient and understanding that, you know, we come from a good place.
Yeah, definitely.
Our hearts are in this, and our hearts are in Lansing.
Yeah, for sure.
We're just here to help bring awareness to what's out there.
Yeah. And we have a friend from MSU that we would like to also give thanks for, our buddy Briggs. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
And he's been a rock star for us today. And I had my makeup done for a Studio 10 interview that's happening this afternoon. So I'd like to thank Near Deep at Blush for that. And
It looks amazing. If
It
you're
does.
listening and not
It
watching,
really
hop
does.
over to YouTube and you should go check out her makeup.
Great job.
So yeah, just giving a few thanks out to that. We're looking for florists who want to help decorate our table. What else are we looking for?
Oh, really?
Any type of business.
Yeah, anybody who wants to be highlighted themselves or who wants to highlight someone that they are really proud of.
Unique businesses or unique places.
And sponsors, we're happy to have sponsors so that this can keep growing and going and getting bigger and bigger and doing better and more things.
Yep.
And also, you know, if you want to buy a house, we got you.
Right.
Between the photography
Or a
and
picture of anything.
Yeah, so I'm saying cheers to International Women's Day.
Cheers to
Cheers.
International.
And our new podcast.
Well, that too.
Thank you for watching or listening.
Thank you. Follow us on Instagram and YouTube.
Yep.
So,
And wherever you're listening.
yes.
Because we're going to keep growing and being more and more places. So wherever you're currently hearing us, click that follow, like, or whatever that button is.
Subscribe, whatever it is.
Yeah, they've all got different buttons.
Are we doing this every week at the same time?
We're working on it.
Okay.
That's gonna be
Just
the
to
goal.
let them know.
That's
But-
the plan.
Let's face it, we all take appointments, and I mean, I think
True.
the first time we planned to get together, I had a closing.
Yeah.
You had, was it the same? We had the
something.
same closing.
We had the same closing.
We had the same
Yeah.
closing, and Natasha had something else too. So we're gonna do our best.
life
We'd like to
happens.
do.
We'll get that out
but
there. Yeah.
We're gonna try like heck.
Yes.
Okay.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you.